What's up, everybody? This is Mario, and I'm back with another episode of Endurify. And today I want to share something that I've been thinking about after recently hitting a major milestone with my business. And the term is 0 to 1. So if you're involved with a business, or if you're an entrepreneur, or you're really involved with creating something that doesn't exist, then you have poured your heart and your soul into something. You've believed in kind of a higher purpose. A lot of people have doubted you, and you've worked towards something. And it's kind of that same concept with competing in an endurance event, right? And likely it's your first endurance event, your first long endurance event. And you put in the training, you sign up for a race, you buy a training plan, maybe you hire a coach, and you just keep working every single day. And eventually you get to a point where you're able to actually complete it. And so that's the case with an endurance event. But in business, there's a term, and it was kind of coined by Peter Thiel, who's one of the co-founders of PayPal. And he has this concept called 0 to 1. And that's that the hardest metric in business is to go from 0 to 1. And what he means by that is it's the hardest time is to create something that doesn't exist yet. That's the hardest metric to go from 0 to 1, from nothing to actually having something. And it's the exact same thing with endurance events. The hardest kind of metric to get to is 1, and that's completing that first endurance event. It could even be completing that first training exercise. It could be that first successful workout for you. You know, whatever it is for you, that same metric of 0 to 1 being one of the hardest metrics in business, I would say is one of the hardest metrics in endurance. And the reason why this is top of mind for me is because I've been working on Endurify and this podcast and really trying to figure out how to make this happen for over a year. And I recently just reached the big milestone of having my first paid customer, sign up for one-on-one personalized coaching for his second full Ironman this upcoming year. And that is such a big accomplishment for me, because it's the first person that is really paying for my coaching and paying for my services. And it is so validating, and I'm just so grateful for that opportunity. And now that I know that I can get 1, it opens up all of these possibilities to, if I can get 1, then I can get 2, and I can get 3 and 4 and 5 and 10 and 100 and 1,000 and 1,000,000, and I can get 100 or 100,000 or 1,000,000 paying customers. And it all starts with just getting 1. And it's almost like breaking a barrier that you have in your mind where, for so long, you maybe have been working towards something and you're just unsure if you're ever going to have that moment, or you're ever going to have that result, or you're ever going to have that payoff. So this concept of 0 to 1 is something that's kind of just recently showed up in my life. And it's something that I was thinking about, and I wanted to share that with you today, because if you're listening to this, then you're somebody who's interested in endurance. You're maybe interested in starting your own business or making a dent in the world through building something that is meaningful to you, building something that is one of your passions, and building something that's working towards your purpose. And maybe you're still in that 0 range. Maybe you're working towards that first one, but I'm here to tell you that you are in the hardest part of the race right now. And the hardest part of the race is just getting through that first endurance event, getting through that first client, getting through that first chapter of your book. Whatever that is for you, just get to 1, because once you can get to 1, it's so much easier to go from what Peter Thiel calls 1 to N, because N can be any sort of number that you have in your mind. So it's just kind of quick. It's just something that I wanted to share with you as I'm thinking about, what is my message for today that I wanted to share. And it's really just, I want you to be aware of that 0 to 1 and that 1 to N mentality and framework. And I want you to think about how that might show up in your life. So that's what I have for you today. I'm actually at a park and I'm about to go for a hike with Emily and Ellie and our dog Wally. So I will see you all later. Have a good day.